And today's live stream isn't really a live stream. You probably won't see this until after I'm not live anymore. The reason why I'm setting it up like that is so that you can see essentially a walkthrough of about the first 10 minutes of the game. Now, the game I'm talking about is Weed Lord Simulator. Now, essentially, the entire game is about growing weed, selling weed. And later on in the game, you do unlock the ability to sell to bigger buyers, but at the start, you do got to get out there on the street and hustle. Now, there are some good things about this game, and there are some things that I think could be improved upon. I'll discuss those when I'm showing you this game, but I wanted to show you this game right from the start because when I was playing this game, there was a lot of stuff I kind of had to figure out on my own, and I didn't like that there aren't really any walkthroughs of the first part of the game to explain to you certain things that you have to learn. And there's some things, if I would have just simply been shown right from the start, it would have made it a lot easier. So that's what this live stream is for. So it's going to be the first 10 minutes, and I'm going to show you different things that you're going to need in this game to really succeed and grow your business rapidly. Also, if you are new to the channel, thank you for checking me out. If you're not new to the channel, you know the deal. Obviously, hit the like button if you do enjoy this video and share it with others who may be checking out this game or people that enjoy simulator games, because even though this isn't really your normal simulation game, most of them have you obeying the law. This one obviously is not. It is still fun, and I'm a real big fan of simulators, so whenever I saw that this game was available on Keymailer, that's how I got a review key for it. Thank you to the developers and publisher for affording me that key through Keymailer. I greatly appreciate it. When I saw what's available on there, I said I have to check this out. So we're going to jump into it, and we'll talk about it as we go.
Yo, holy crap, man. I thought they got you. Glad to hear you're good.
Hey, yeah, everything's fine. Still can't believe it myself. What about you? Where are you at?
Barely made it out. I'm out in the middle of nowhere now. Just laying low for a bit, trying to keep things quiet.
Yeah, same here. Just staying off the radar.
Hold on. Phone's ringing. Shit. Yeah, boss.
Roger, shut it. I don't care if you've moved to the moon. You're short on my cash. Pay up by the first, or I'll dig a 6-foot hole with your name on it.
Shit. What was I thinking getting back in the business? Great. Place already feels like a cage. I need some sleep. Maybe things look better in the morning. 'Cause right now, feels like I'm stuck with this.
Rise and shine, Sleeping Beauty. Listen, if you're actually thinking about getting back in the game, go find Andrew in the city. He's got your starter kit and the keys to a quiet little spot where you can work off the grid. Figure out the rest as you go. Once the money's right, you're buying the drinks.
All right, first things first. You get a call from the boss at the beginning of this game. He says pay up by the first, or you'll basically be 6 feet under. The boss never comes after you in this game, so you can make as much money as you want. And I kind of feel like it was unnecessary to throw that in there if there wasn't ever going to be a point where you have to earn enough money where you can actually pay the boss off, Also, you just got a call from some guy named Nico. You never see him in this game. So this phone call from him, and I've played a long way into the game on my other save, and I have unlocked almost all of the properties on the map and have made over $1 million. He never comes to see you. So it's like, why put it in there in the first place? Also, if you look at the bottom left of your screen, you see different indicators: health, food, drink, energy, and your sprint meter. Now, you get your food, you get your drink from here. As you can see, the drink is labeled Antifa. I have no idea why the developers would name a drink, even tongue-in-cheek, naming after those little bitch-ass punks, but it is what it is, whatever. So, soda, that's how you basically rehydrate, and then, of course, you eat food to get both food and energy numbers up. You also can sleep. If you pass out, if your numbers get too low, you'll pass out wherever you are, and you'll wake up in the bed here. Now, this is your vehicle. Starting off, you only have one vehicle. As time goes on, you can buy, like, motorcycles, you can buy, like, airplanes, but the driving, the steering is a little wonky. It feels best on the motorcycles. In the car, it's not bad. And also, as you unlock more properties, you can actually go here to real estate, and you'll be able to fast travel. You'll basically just click on that, and you'll fast travel to that location, which, as you can see, as you unlock different areas, it's definitely going to help you travel across the map without having to drive there. So right now, though, I haven't unlocked any of these, and until I hit level 3, I can't use the shop. Now, the shop is normally, once you hit level 3, the shop is how you'll buy all the stuff, and then they'll airdrop it. And then wholesale is where you would go for bigger deals. Like if they're like, hey, we want 5 kilos of this certain flavor of marijuana, this is where you'd go to make that deal, and then you either drop it off at the airstrip or you drop it off at a dock where they take it by boat. It'll tell you whether it's air or boat, and then you just make sure that you drop off the agreed upon quantity by the time. They don't come after you or anything if you miss the quantity, but it gives you a bonus if you meet the quantity. So whenever you're talking about having to hire people, having to buy more weed, having to buy cars and all this other stuff, you really want to bring in as much money as you can as quickly as you can. Now, what I'm doing right now, what he was talking about, is I'm actually going to go to the city. There's a guy I'm meeting, and I always change the view to third person. There's a guy I'm meeting in the city, and he'll basically give me some starting supplies. I think it's the lemon-flavored seeds or whatever the hell they are. Once I do that, I'll go to a little store there, and I'll basically buy the pots and the planting soil and other stuff that I need to grow the marijuana. And once I do that, I'll go back to that building that was next to the house, which I'll show you here in a little bit, and that will be where I grow the weed out of. The controls they do feel a little wonky when you're carrying this, so a lot of times what I do is I just leave it behind. I'll get what I need, I'll put it in the cart, and then I'll take it outside and, So it wants me to buy 2 pots. Yes, made in the basket. Outstanding. Very good. Bag of dirt. Alright, load purchases in the car. Now, as you can see, different levels will allow you to unlock these. They don't really have any benefits. It just looks nicer. They have designs on them and shit like that. So it looks nicer, but it's not necessarily essential to playing the game. But it's how it's how Gucci you want your place to be, basically. If you want your place to look nice and, you know, like a real weed lord is operating, then you're going to have nicer stuff. If you really don't care and you want it to look like you're living in a trailer park, then, well, you know, buy the cheap stuff. All right, let me see. Next, I'm going over here, and I will admit, this person, you can hire in a little bit. I definitely thought the first time I played this, she was a prostitute. I was like, you know, it's a weed game. I guess you got to let off some steam. It's not a prostitute. It's actually one of the dealers that you hire. So anybody with their name written above their head is pretty much a dealer that you can hire. I'll expand on that here in a little bit. But right now I need to get a UV light. Now, let me see. These are the good ones because you can put them on the roof. But the ones we're allowed to buy are down here. They're the single ones. And it's just one bulb that faces forward. It's fine for right now because I'm not growing that much weed. But when you eventually are growing more weed, you're going to want to have, you know, you're going to want to have better lamps, better lighting, that type of stuff. All right. Come on, you can do it. Outstanding. Now, drive back. Actually, let me see if it's going to let me do it. I'll go back up to the top where the first two are $0. Yep. And there we go. So I didn't have to drive back. Like I said, I could use fast travel. And then I just unload everything from the trunk. Now, you cannot open the door for whatever reason if you're carrying stuff in your hand. So you have to open it first, then you can grab the stuff. This is a rack you'll need to dry your weed. Let me see how it's facing first. Okay. So I need it to be a little more like this. There we go. Then I'm going to go get the two pots. Right. And then once I get the dirt, you got to fill the pots. Pretty obvious. Alright, so we are basically waiting for these to grow. As they grow, they suck up the water, so you got to keep an eye on it. The small pots aren't going to be really an issue with this, but the bigger, like the square planters, they'll use up water faster because you're growing multiple plants in them. This one should have enough for the plant to grow completely without sucking up all the water. But you still got to keep an eye on it because if it's at like 5% water or 6% water and I plant more seeds, it's going to run out, obviously, before the second round of plants is done. Now, the one thing you want to do, or that you want to make sure about this game, is that you're economical with your time. What I mean by that is, while this stuff is drying, you need to be growing more. This is a business you're running, and you're trying to make money as fast as possible in the shortest amount of time, basically. So while these are drying, you're growing more. I'm going to check on these pots, and remember what I said about the second round. It's going to dry it up, and they're not going to be fully grown before they run out of water. As you can see, that's the case right now. So I got to water both of these again. And then, of course, I'll keep an eye on every single round that I do, just to make sure that they have enough water to grow completely. All right, now that I have a dry plant, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click to interact, and you use the shears to basically cut off all the needles, and then you remove the buds. Once you remove the buds, you're going to carve them up, and you're going to put them in a jar. You basically just pull the trigger pretty fast, and it'll allow you to do this quickly. Unfortunately, there's no way you can just hold the trigger and plow through this, which gets annoying. However, you can hire people to do this for you later on, which is nice, because I don't want to have to be pulling my trigger 50,000 times an hour, just to get like $300 or $400 worth of marijuana in this game. So what you're going to do is you press L3, and that changes how much, like what percentage you're going to put on the scale. It said 10, so we're going to do 10. Hit the right trigger. You can see it now says 10 on the scale instead of 1. Add packet, and I'm going to do that with the rest of the lemon. These are easy to sell people. I believe 20 and above, people will not basically be able to, they'll be like, oh, that's too much for me. So you want to keep it, I'd say like 10 or below, really 10 or below. Now your dealers that you're going to buy, they can obviously get, they can get more people. Get in the car. Okay, I'm not driving to yeah, that's right. There is a place in town that I can buy, so I can fast travel to town, but unfortunately, I haven't purchased it yet, so until I purchase it, I can't fast travel to the town, which kind of sucks. But that's okay. And I'm actually not going to follow the road. I am going to take a shortcut through the woods. Just so you know, the police don't really chase you in this game unless you're selling drugs in front of them. That's it. Then they'll chase you, but other than that, as far as I've seen, they're not going to chase you. Here you go. This is how it basically works when you're selling to people. So you sell to a few people. All right. Let me see about this guy. This is one of your dealers. He takes 25% of every sale. Cool. Now, as you acquire more dealers, if you're only growing a certain type of weed, that's what they're going to want. But if you're growing a lot of different types of weed, then they might have, a variety of different types of weed. Like this guy wants this stuff, this guy wants that stuff. Here you go. Now, it's showing that I still have, because he wanted 50 and all I had on me was 50, and I already sold 10. So I only had 40 to give him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over here, trim up one of the other bushes, and come back over here. Okay. So real estate, let me see, first house. And it'll automatically bring me back over here. And the first house is nice because it's right next to the place you're growing weed. So in reality, that's not how you would do it, but So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to make sure there's enough water in here. Alright. Now I'm going to take one of these, and I'm actually going to carve it up. And like I said before, because I don't have fast travel basically available for the city, I gotta drive there. Now, if you don't have 10 grams and all he has is 3, what are you gonna do? It'll put 3 in the bag. Alright, now, what I'm going to do is go back over here and get in my car. Once I drop off these, once I drop off the last shipment to this guy, what I am going to do is I'm actually going to drive around and show you a couple of different dealers that can help you to make some money. Alright, so Greg, the amount of money he makes isn't that much. He does not make as much money as Mia. Maybe for obvious reasons. She takes a little more, but she also earns a little more. And then another one that I'm going to show you. Oh, what does she need? Let me see. I'm going to check before. 100 grams of lemon haze. Yep. I don't have it all on me, so I'll give her what I have. There you go. She'll start selling it before she gets the other 47 that she wants, which is fine. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to the first house, and there's a guy that hangs out over here. Hold on. Sometimes it won't let you fast travel if you've just fast traveled, so I'll fast travel to the first grow zone, which is right next door. Remember to use this feature if you want to get around fairly quickly. Now there is a guy over here. Oh, right, he's up by the shop. Hold on a second. I'm not going to walk over there. I'm actually going to drive. It's right over there, but it's a little bit of a distance. Hold on a second. Greg is getting too much attention. Yep, lay low. That's all you do, basically. If they're like, hey, I'm getting too much attention, you tell them to lay low. They go hide somewhere. Once they're not getting tons of attention anymore, they'll come back out and keep selling. Now, there's a guy over here. His name is Sam. He is another dealer that I would recommend using right at the start. He takes a little more, but he definitely earns more. So if you're trying to get your business off the ground, use Sam, use Mia. Greg you can use, but you don't have to. He doesn't really earn as much. But Mia and Sam are two good dealers that will earn you money pretty quickly as long as you can deliver the weed to them promptly. Also keep in mind that you earn experience points just for them selling weed. Okay? As they sell weed, as they make sales, they are going to earn you XP. So keep that in mind. Anyway, that's it for this. I guess you could call it a preview of this game. A short walkthrough of the first part, kind of explaining things. I wanted to have this on YouTube so that anyone who wanted to check out this game, you could at least see the first 10 minutes and kind of just get your foot in the door and understand what really is going on, because this game doesn't explain much. Another thing that I do want to explain before I end this live stream, live stream in quotation marks, there's a group of bandits, 3 guys, wander around. That's why you have your baseball bat. I'll show you. You got a baseball bat here, right? Now, these guys wander around. They'll beat you up. If they knock you out, you wake up at your house. I don't think they steal any money. They might, but I don't remember, because I've only been knocked out once. This game doesn't, you're a weed dealer, but this game doesn't let you kill those guys. Now, in real life, if 3 guys are trying to jump a weed dealer, they're going to get smoked. You know, they're going to be in the ground. But this game wants to stay away from killing and stuff like that. I get it. So you can only whack them with the ball bat, and it kind of sucks because it feels like a poor way of dealing with that, especially when some of these places that you'll buy, some of these weed farms, they'll come out of nowhere and jump you while you're trying to work. It's frustrating. But aside from a few things like, you know, like a package getting stuck in the wall or something, or one of the employees that you hire unable to move in a certain location whenever there's a shelving unit there and I had to restart the game. The game's pretty decent for a small indie game. It's nothing fancy. It's nothing high dollar or spectacular, but it's fun if you enjoy these smaller types of experiences. It's called Weed Lord Simulator. I'm playing it on PS5, so if you're interested in these types of games, you can definitely look on the PlayStation Store and find it there and check it out. Anyway, that's it for this short preview. Thank you for watching. I do greatly appreciate it. If you did enjoy it, hit that like button. If you got something to say, leave it in the comment section below. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. This is Sergeant Sentinel. Take it easy, gamers.